Away from ASU, let's talk about you and your health. Knowing your body and how you feel, they say, is fantastic, but treating yourself when you feel sick may not be such a good idea. A study published in the National Library of Medicine in 2007 showed that some Nigerians resort to self-medication because they think their ailments are minor. In our next story, Gist Nigeria's Chief today looks at the impact of self-medication and why you probably should avoid it.
Persistent headache, prolonged and severe stomach upset. Jamiloju feels this is something unusual. He tells his mom,
We go back from church and I was feeling this headache, which is very unusual. I'm not someone that feels pain, stomach pain, headaches like that.
I started out with paracetamol, which was the first aid as far as I'm concerned.
When the stomach upset persisted, his mother knew self-medication wasn't working.
After a few days, I stopped giving him paracetamol about the third day, and I packed him into the vehicle and went to the doctor.
Studies show that the prevalence of self-medication in Nigeria ranges between 60 and 90%. Unlicensed vendors are in virtually every corner of the country. According to some research results, their activities make it easier for people to buy drugs without recourse to proper medical counsel. Despite studies showing many factors that prompt people to self-medicate, medical experts say nothing justifies throwing caution to the wind. The scan recommended for Jamiloju showed nothing was wrong, and that became worrying.
After about 12 days on admission, he decided that he was going to invite a specialist from Luz, which he did. And on the 13th day, the doctor came in, a professor, and he looked at him. Even without going through the case note and asking us to run any test, when he heard all that had transpired, and just as he came in, the boy pooed again, and he perceived the poo. He looked at the poo and he said, "This is appendicitis."
Adegboye Gaoki, a family physician, emphasizes that even over-the-counter drugs need some form of regulation.
Medication are generally prescribed for certain period, for certain things. The mere fact that one is good for you doesn't mean it's good for the other. OTC, to say OTC doesn't carry any risk, is a misinformation that will do no one any good.
While some people argue that self-medication is cheaper and easily accessible, Dr. Oke warns about its inherent dangers.
The mere fact that I can go to a store, buy paracetamol, use at any time, seems cheap, seems very cheap, but it's foolishness on the long run. The costs to you at the end could be very nasty, could be life-threatening for some.
Regulatory authorities constantly campaign against patronizing unlicensed vendors. Medical experts are also not looking the other way about the need for professional counsel before using any medication. To guarantee good health, experts say self-medication isn't an option. Out of hospital now, following successful surgery, Jamiloju perhaps escaped death by a whisker. Seyifomi Olatide, Gist Nigeria.
Indeed, self-medication is not an option. If you feel sick, go see a doctor. There's more to come here on Gist Nigeria from the BBC and Channels Television. 16-year-old apprentice welder converts his bicycle into a motorcycle. We bring you this interesting story and more after the break. Stay with us.